Hey everyone, today I'm going to be building the Vf-31J Seigfried. It's one of Aoshima's variable fighter girls line. Aoshima introduced the variable fighter girl line in 2018 to cash in on the burgeoning mecha musume model lines that were being seen from both Kotobukiya as well as from Bandai. So the VFG series takes advantage of the very popular mecha franchise Super Dimensional Fortress Macross and introduces, the very first one was the Vf-31J Seigfried from Macross Delta in celebration of the Macross line's 35th anniversary of production. The gimmick of the VFG line is that the models have both the girl as well as a transformable airplane, the variable fighters from the series. So as you can see, there's a fighter mode, there is a gerwalk mode, which is kind of a half fighter, half motorcycle for the girl character, and then there's a Battloid mode, which is a girl wearing a power armor suit, sort of like the power armor suit from Aliens. What I'm interested in seeing is whether or not that power, whether it transforms into the typical fighter, Battloid, and gerwalk modes, or if it is just a power suit from this particular character. So, about 6 months after introduction of this character, Aoshima released an updated version, a 1.3 version. This is not the 1.3 version. They introduced a 1.3 version which had some additional changes to make it more articulate and to make the lines of the model more attractive. So as you can see from the model, there are quite a few plastic pieces on the inside. So you've got some tempo printed faces as well as blank face that will allow you to put your own faces on that they have in details. We have hair parts, additional body parts. We've got the flesh colored parts, some additional. See, there are just a whole lot of parts to this character. And it is molded in color, and it is supposed to be a snap fit, so it should be an easy assembly. At the very end, as you can see, there are some clear parts, and then there are a huge number of slide-on water decals that are, as you can see, these are to put onto the character's swimsuit or one piece. And then we have an instruction booklet with quite a few pages in it. And we wind up at the very end with some instructions on how to transform the model. So I'm going to begin putting this together, and I will show you some of the production as I go along. Runners and a lot of pieces here. Almost the entire alphabet A through Z is represented in all these runners here. So what I like about this model is Aoshima has done a pretty good job of designing the runners in such a way that where they attach to the parts, they become invisible during assembly. Either they clip inward so that they are not seen from the outside, or they are in parts that then get covered up by other parts as part of the assembly. Aoshima's seals are also pretty interesting. They call these stickers seals, and what's really clever about them, and what I like, is that they are about as thin as water slide decals. So taking them out, they're very thin, they apply very well. And as you can see over here, when you attach them or put them onto the model itself, they come in very nicely. They don't look like big stickers sitting on top of the model. They actually look like water slide decals being put on. Now for the moment of truth. So the question is, how does this model transform? And the answer is, it doesn't. According to the instructions, what it does is you have to remove pieces and put them in there. It doesn't do a true transformation, but you can reconfigure parts, replace different parts to get the different modes. I don't know if this is just because putting the figure inside of the model itself eliminates some of the transforming pieces, or if it's just because Aoshima decided that they didn't want to invest the time to make a fully transformational model, either for time or cost reasons. But anyway, we're going to try to give it a go. I tried to adjust her little more and the whole thing collapsed. I can't get it to stand back up. It just doesn't seem to be all that well balanced, and it just has to be, put in. Oh, there we go. You just have to get the feet back to get her in. I haven't put her arms around the handles. I'm going to transform her some more, so I just didn't sort of see the point of putting too much effort into it. As you can see, her feet go into pegs to hold her into place, and she does have that kind of look so that she can put her head up more and look more natural in riding the gerwalk as kind of like a motorcycle. I think that's a nice touch. Now let's try to get her into the Battloid mode. And there we have it. She is in Battloid mode, and she reminds me a little bit of Sky Girls, where the mecha exosuit kind of covers the body of the character, but doesn't really provide any kind of protection. So it's not too bad. I think it's done pretty well. Let's pull this down. The character itself, it gives kind of an exosuit. It was a little difficult to transform, but not too terribly hard. Here we can see it from the side. Here we see it from the back. And there it is from the other side. As I mentioned, pieces fall off of it pretty easily. So this piece fell off when I was turning it around. I'll have to attach it again. So all in all, I think it's an okay model. It appears Battloid mode is a lot more sturdy than the gerwalk mode. Gerwalk mode would fall over pretty easily. Battloid mode, I've got a light breeze going on out here and it's not knocking it over. I think Aoshima made some compromises that reduce the ultimate playability and buildability and effectiveness of this model. It's an okay model. I honestly wouldn't buy another one. I like the sculpt, I like how it looks, but there's some compromises, as I mentioned, that I'm not entirely excited about. For example, these stickers just don't hang on very well. The joints for the arms, it's a ball joint inside here and they fall off pretty easy. You have to stick it in really hard. The various modes themselves are a little hard to transform into, and the parts aren't held on especially tightly, as you can see. And they did make some compromises to make the whole thing work. For example, the legs of the model itself are a little bit longer than actual human legs would be. But ultimately, I think it's a good model. I enjoyed putting it together. I think if I put together another one in the series, I'm definitely going to go and paint it instead of use the stickers that come with it.
It didn't come with any decals except to put onto the blank face, so that's kind of a downer. I would have preferred to have some decals for the entire, to put onto the plane by itself, some water slides instead of stickers. All in all, I think it's an okay model. It was fun to build. I'll probably put it up on my shelf or sacrifice it for some parts, maybe use it for other things. Thank you very much. I appreciate your watching and have a great day.